How do you get Dr. No to say yes? I'm going to show you 5 triggers that turn a C style into a brick wall. The 5 shifts to turn their skepticism into your secret weapon. Let's start by looking at the map. The C style lives in the objective part of the DISC profile. They're composed, they're resolute in their mindset. Their engine runs on logic and precision. Their core fear is being wrong, producing sloppy work. When they poke holes in your idea, they aren't attacking you. They're actually stress testing the system to ensure it doesn't break. To the C style, accuracy is integrity. Remember this, they think that if you are sloppy, you're not trustworthy. So let's get into 5 things that will trigger this style. When the C style hears hype, they hear, oh, it's going to be amazing. Oh, this is going to be the best thing ever. The less they want to believe you. They don't want amazing. What they want is accuracy. And what's running through their minds when they hear this is that you're hiding something. They're skeptical about what you're telling them is amazing. Here is another thing that triggers the C style. Never, ever, ever say this to someone of the C style. Trust me, there are red flags everywhere if you ask them to trust you. They'll be thinking you're about to drive a car off the cliff. The third trigger is forced socializing. You start a meeting by asking, so what are your deepest feelings about the company culture? They automatically get nauseous. The C style prefers to separate the personal from the professional. They may go to conferences, but not willingly, only because they have to. Socializing is uncomfortable for them, generally speaking. You're invading their private hard drive if you ask them any personal questions. The C style absolutely hates it when you change plans. Let's say you set a process on a Monday. On Wednesday, you say, let's just wing it and try something else. That's chaos. The C style does not like chaos whatsoever. They like structure. They like process. They view anything other than that as poor leadership. If you're a leader that is interacting with the C style and you don't have structure or process, they immediately see that as weak leadership. And the 5th trigger for the C style, it does not have to be perfect. Just get it out. To you, that's agile. To them, that's reckless. Asking a C style to publish work they know is flawed is physically painful for them. Accuracy is key. So if you are the D style, the I style, or the S style, and you're interacting with Dr. No, how do you get them to say, yes, let's get into it? All right, for the D's and the I's, let's start off by reminding yourselves, you have to be patient with the C style. You have to slow down, not speed up. There are 5 things that you can do in order to win over the C. First, I want you to stop selling them. Start being as objective as possible. I want you to detect when you are in the mode of selling to them. Remember, they're skeptical and they're thinking, what wool are you trying to pull over my eyes? Try data. The data suggests a 15% increase in efficiency if we adopt this tool. They communicate with data. Speak in facts. Be a reporter, not a salesperson. Number 2, stop winging it. Brainstorming in a room with them, they'll be in a state of confusion. I want you to think about things like setting agendas and bringing data to whichever interaction you're having with the C style. Give them time to read and process. Have you ever noticed when a podcaster might say, I'm not going to comment on this until I have time to process it, yet they're very direct in their communications? The first signal there is when they say they need time to process it. That's typical of a C style. But when they're very direct and blunt, that means that they might be a combination of the 2 styles, the C and the D. Conversely, if you've ever seen a podcaster that just blurts out information without having verified it, that would be more of a D style. So let's get into the 3rd thing that you can do to improve communications with the C style. Detect when you are ignoring risk. So you have to be very resolute, very real with the C style. You can beat them to the punch, actually. When you point out the flaw first, that's a first easy way to start winning them over, to opening up their ears. Otherwise, they don't want to listen to you. When you speak like that with data and risk analysis to the C style, they'll automatically start listening to you, and it gives you some instant credibility. Here's a 4th thing you can do. Stop emoting and start analyzing. It's super important to recognize you can't get defensive with the C style or they'll shut down. And don't take anything personally otherwise. If they are a C style, the one easy thing that you can do, and may not be so easy at first, keep your facial expressions neutral. The C style has an extremely difficult time being micromanaged. So don't hover over them like perhaps a D style might do. Be vague, be precise about the outcome that you want. I need this report to cover X, Y, and Z, formatted in Excel. Give them clear rules of the game, and then get out of their way. You can assure that they will execute flawlessly. And trust me, the C style does not give up on perfection. Many times, if they're stuck in getting their words out, they're processing. They're thinking, how can I word this? Because they're Words that come out of their mouths need to be perfect. The biggest challenge for the C style is detecting when they're stuck in paralysis by analysis. So if you are a D style, an I style, or a S style, please make sure to drop in the comments what's the most annoying thing for you if you work with a C style. Drop it in the comments. Thank you for watching. If you haven't done so yet, please consider subscribing.